Just give me a second here. I have a couple of announcements that these guys have asked me to do, so I'll do that, and then we are live here. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Sorry about the little delay today, and welcome to the day 16 of ICZ Ramadan program. We will have Maulana Seyed Hadi Yassin starting today from Ramadan 16 through 23rd. One quick announcement, we have Holy Quran quiz online for families this Friday, May 15th at 9 p.m. Please register, and there's one registration per family, and there are 3 prizes for top 3 winners. Before I invite Maulana Hadi, I request all of us to please recite one Surah Fatiha and 3 times Surah Ikhlas for all Marhumin, including those for whom there is no one to recite, your own Marhumin and Marhumin whose names are on monument of for the wall on the wall of Zara. I now invite Maulana Seyed Hadi Yassin to address us for his first lecture.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبا القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين ولعنة الدائم على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى لقاء يوم الدين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. May Allah inshallah accept our prayers, our amal, our du'as and fastings. We ask Allah to give us tawfiq to take advantage of this month, inshallah, the rest of this month, with its full potential, with the barakat of salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala. Only a few minutes of the ahkam as we started from the beginning of Ramadan, and then we'll start, inshallah, the speech. We're talking about the ahkam of fastings of Ramadan, those moments and those occasions that only qaza is wajib, not the kafara, not the expiation. One of the occasions is that if someone have the yaqeen and sure that it's the time of iftar and maghrib, and breaks his fast, but realizes after that oh, it was not the time of maghrib. Of course, in this case, they have to do the qaza after Ramadan, but no, it's expiation or kafar. The same if someone, for the sake of, because he or she was very thirsty, put water in her mouth or his mouth, and just to wash out the mouth, not to drink it purposely. All of a sudden, without intention, the water goes down. This is because only for the sake of being thirsty. Then they have to do the qaza after Ramadan. No kafara. It was not for the sake of drinking or anything. He just wanted, he was thirsty, wanted to cool off his mouth. But if he forgot that he's fasting at the moment, for example, or put the water in the mouth not because of the thirst, because something else, like mazmaza for istihbab al-wuzu, for example, right? And unconsciously or without notice or without attention, it goes down, then it doesn't even have the qaza. So only if it's only for the sake of being thirsty and get rid of the thirst, they want to rotate the water or wash out the mouth, and it's on purpose, it goes down, they have the qaza. But if it's for the wuzu, put water 3 times to do something, and then it goes down without intention, without amt, without doing it purposely, then it doesn't even have the qaza here as well. The same thing for the nose as well. The last one that we'll talk is about if someone's being forced or out of taqiyya or has to, any of these things, to eat or to drink or to do something, they have to do the qaza after Ramadan, and there is no kafar for this person. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, give us an opportunity to have correct amal and dua, and inshallah, ibadat. We ask him to bless all of us for that sake with the barakat of salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil faraj. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبو القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعجل فرجه. Alhamdulillah, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this great opportunity. Once again, we're together, the time of the speech. Alhamdulillah, we had the tawfiq and we benefited from multiple languages, multiple speeches, multiple scholars. Alhamdulillah, I'm sure in the first 15 days of month of Ramadan, inshallah, you got a lot of knowledge and blessings from the programs that we have. And I appreciate all the brothers and sisters and volunteers behind the scene, everyone who did their best to be able to make this possible, that in this current situation, we can still be together. Alhamdulillah. And this is the tawfiq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we thank Allah for this great opportunity. Alhamdulillah. So 15 days of month of Ramadan passed. Actually, today is the day of 16. I'm sure you're like me, shocked that how fast it's passing and going. And at the same time that we are happy, alhamdulillah, we had the tawfiq that we 15 days, almost 16 days, we fasted and we did the ibadah and everything. But at the same time, we are sad and we're shocked and we're afraid that the opportunities of this month are passing us so quickly. The month that moments of this month are ibadah, or worship, or tasbih. How come how fast they're going, and how scary it is that we see that this opportunity is getting out of our hand. So, but still the good things and good chances that we are still in month of Ramadan. We have to review what we did so far in this last 15 days of month of Ramadan. And we have to see what are we going to do in the next 15 days. I can say 14 days of month of Ramadan now. In front of us, we have nights of Qadr, the most important nights in our lives, not in Ramadan, in our lives. That one of these nights can and could change potentially our whole life, the direction of our whole life. So what are we going to do with this nights of Qadr? Are we prepared for this nights of Qadr? The ahadith and traditions and manajat are saying that الشقي من حرم غفران الله في هذا الشهر. Shaqi is the one, the worst of all is the one who cannot take the opportunity and not being worthy of being forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the month of Ramadan. Subhanallah. Everything is ready for you. The best of opportunities are ready for you. Shaitan is in chain, and then is the month of Quran, month of Ibadah. If someone cannot be forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, indeed, this is a big loss, the biggest loss that make this person shaqi. Na'udhu billah, inshallah, we're not among those people, we're among those who will be worthy of being forgiven by Allah, inshallah, with the barakat of salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajah. Insan and mu'min and abd, the way that he or she should look at spirituality and ibadah should be full of excitement and creativity. The ibadat of mu'min is not a boring process. Spirituality of a mu'min is not a boring, exhausting process. Totally opposite. It's something so exciting. It's something so amazing for him or her. It's something that he or she is looking into that. Cannot wait to be able to make that connection. Cannot wait to have that opportunity to do it again. It's very important. Sometimes our ibadah, sometimes our worship and our spirituality becomes ordinary, becomes ordained, becomes normal, becomes an adah for us. Then as a result of that, it might become na'uzubillah, boring and too much for some people, specifically our younger friends. That the ibadah loses its own excitement. The person would think and feel that, okay, I have to do it, but I have to do it. If I don't do it, I will be punished. I don't see anything into it. I'm not excited, but I will be punished if I don't do it. So he or she has to drag himself or herself to pray. She has to drag herself to wake up for sahar, drag herself to be able to pray, to follow ahkam of Islam or something. It's very common. We might have felt it ourselves as well. Is this the philosophy and the falsafa behind the ahkam of Islam? Is this the falsafa and philosophy behind our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is this Islam that we have to be forced to follow it? Is this Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Pay very, inshallah, careful attention is very important and detailed and delicate subject. Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He did created the whole world, the whole universe, for the sake of what? مَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ, for the sake of me and you, إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, for the sake of us to be the ashraf al-makhluqat, the best of all creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and for the sake of ibadah. Clear? All of us, you agree with that. So Allah created the whole universe for me and you. And me and you, not just to hang out in this world. No, me and you to live with the best life is of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He wants us to have. And that is the life of irfani and ma'navi ilahi. Spiritual life. Full of ibadah. Ibadah can be throughout the life. We talk a lot about this, right? Ibadah can be interactions with others. Ibadah can be khidmat bil khalq. You work for others. You support others. You rafa qada hajat al-mu'min. You take a problem from life of someone, a moment, brother or sister. So that's ibadah, right? So He created everything for us and for the sake of us, for the sake of ibadah. So you mean that ibadah that Allah created the whole universe for that sake should be a boring ibadah? Should be a forceful ibadah? Should be ibadah based on if you don't do it, I'm going to put you into the fire? The whole force behind this? What kind of, imagine students, up until the end of his life, he goes to school with force that I don't like it, I have to, otherwise my parents are gonna, be upset or something. That's not enjoyment. So what is then behind this ibadah? A mu'min, as I started with, is the one who put ibadah and looks around it. Look at all aspects of ibadah. When you have a beautiful jewel, when you have a beautiful diamond, you might have seen it in jewelry stores or you might have seen it in museum. They put it on a rotation. Why? Excuse me. Because they want you to look at this beauty from all its angles. Why you don't put it on one side, stable and fixed? So I just see one side of it. No. If you want to see the beauty of that masterpiece, you need to look at all aspects of it. Or they put it somewhere in the center. They said you rotate around it so you can see all the beauties of that masterpiece. This is Islam, bro. This is ahkam of Islam, that we need to rotate around. We need to look at them from all angles. Our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at them from all angles. Let me give you some examples. 15 days, today is the 16 days of Ramadan, you're fasting. What is your look and what you're taking from the fastings of month of Ramadan? Why are you fasting? Have you even thought about this? Have you even looked at the Ramadan from different angles? What do you mean, Maulana? Of course we have to fast because it's mandatory, it's wajib, Ramadan. If I don't fast, I have to pay kafara. And Allah says, and yes, there are some physical benefit as well, doctors said. That's it. That's the whole thing. So you mean Ahlul Bayt, Rasulullah, the only way that they look at Ramadan, that hadith manqul from Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajal farajum. So Rasulullah says, if you knew the truth and the reality and the benefit of Ramadan, you would have wished Ramadan to be the whole year. So the whole year for what? The whole year for me just to get some physical and medical benefit, and then to get some, force. If I don't do it, I'm going to be punished by Allah, and then I have to pay kafara. They might have definitely thought and taken some beauty, some excitement from this fasting. In the salat, they might have definitely gotten something that is so interesting, beneficial, and exciting for Ahlul Bayt that they were looking into salat. They didn't want to finish their salat, right? What is the salat that Amir al-Mu'minin, he prays 1,000 rakat salat in one night? What is the salat of Ahlul Bayt, Imam Sajjad, Imam Hussein, that their sons are saying that my father was praying, the whole night. What's the point? Okay, one night you do it forcefully. Oh, second night you're tired, you don't do it. The excitement and ibadah, specifically my younger brothers and sisters, I'm talking to them. What is that excitement? Where that excitement comes from our look and our perspective towards deen and relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How we look at deen, how we analyze ahkam of Islam. The fixed reason and falsafa and philosophy behind this that I know, is that it's the order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and there are multiple benefits and hikmah and wisdom behind this. We know 100%, right? No doubt. Allah says that there are a lot of benefits, not one, multiple benefits and hikmah behind this. From Allah's side, I'm sure 100%. From my side, how can I look at it? I should look at it from the angle that makes it super beneficial and exciting for myself. How can I have this feeling, this view towards my ibadah and relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that makes it exciting? Let me put it this way. If I want to say that my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is based on force, again, and I have to do these things, eventually it's going to be boring. If I don't know, let me put it this way. If you go to work every day and there's no benefit for you to go to work, like those people that are in prison, they have to go outside of the prison and work, make the railroad at that time and so forth. You know what I mean. You have seen it in the movies. So it's boring for them. They have to, otherwise they're going to whip them, they're going to punish them. Why do you go to work every day? Either you like the work, the job, or there are benefits that you like it. Either you do it for the sake of the job, you have your own company, you can't wait to wake up in the morning and go continue and progress your company, or you work for the sake of financial benefit, for the sake of something, I have to work, right? The same as ibadah when it comes to our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Either we do it because our level is up there, like Ahlul Bayt. They only worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because of what Amir al-Mu'minin manqul from him, I found you worthy of ibadah. وَجَدْتُكَ أَهْلًا لِلْعِبَادَةِ. I found you worthy of ibadah, that I worship you. It's not because of hell, heaven, or something. It's because of only yourself. Or we should pay attention to the benefits, to the goodness and beauties of this relationship that we have. When you pay attention to this, you see originally the relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a relationship that there are full benefits for us in this relationship. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, this is an introduction, I might have said that before, but we need this in order to, for me to build the discussion of this night together, inshallah. This is the core, an important message here. I want you to pay attention because we're going to build up upon this, our discussion. So if I know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told me to do something, He told me don't do something, initially it's not that my action is only going to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upset or happy. So there's nothing to do with me. I just want to make Him happy. Initially, I have to understand the happiness and the sadness of Allah, if we can put it in these terms. The happiness and sadness, satisfaction or not satisfaction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is because of the benefit I give myself or how much I hurt myself through that action. So it's not what? Just the benefit that He gets upset when I deprive myself from something that is beneficial for me. He gets happy, if I can put it this way, when I act upon some regulations of Islam that makes benefit to me, brings benefit to me. Is it accepted so far? Okay. It's my benefit. That's why Allah keeps saying, you don't benefit me by doing these things. You benefit yourself by doing this thing, right? I'm going to talk about some strange point here. What did I start with? We have to look at our relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from different angles. We're going to look at something very special and very strange now. One is the topic of sins, gunah, ithm, zamb, whatever we're going to say. Second, the topic of forgiveness and repentance, tawbah. Both of these concepts are very strange, very odd concepts that we have to look at them and pay attention to them. We know that everything in this world is based on hikmah and wisdom. Everything in this world has a reason. The whole universe is organized. Look at the law, the chemistry, the physics, the medical. So anything in this universe and nature, they have law, and they're following the laws. So Allah set a set of rules for us, and He said, I want you to follow these rules. The same way that the nature has rules, I want you to follow the rules. Because if the nature goes against the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it hurts itself and others. If the sun, the moon, they don't follow the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they're going to hurt themselves, something happened to them, and to all universe, right? Allah set certain rules. Bear with me, it's very important. Allah sets certain rules for us, and He says, I want you to follow, because if you don't, you're going to hurt yourself, and you're going to hurt others next to you. Taken so far? All right. And then He says, if you do not act upon these rules, I will count it as sins. Ma'asiyah, gunah, dhanb, ithm, whatever you want to name. Different ways and different meanings. Did you get my point here? Well, Malana, I thought you started with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala set the rules for our benefits, right? Yes, correct. You said Allah said, do this is your benefit. Don't do that, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to get lost. So it's all about me, right? Bismillah, it's all about me. So if it's all about me, then why Allah put the name of sins and ma'asiyah in it? Why even in the world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if you don't benefit yourself, you are disobeying me, and I'm going to, deal with you later on. SubhanAllah. Is my benefit right? I don't want that benefit. Ya Allah, you get upset because I bother myself, right? I want to bother myself. It's me, myself. I'm not going to bother you. You said you're not going to be bothered. I'm going to bother myself. Why you're upset here? Looking at deen from different angles. I'm going to bother myself. I'm going to hurt myself. Why am I bothering you? Why are you calling it sin? Why are you calling it haram, ma'asiyah? Ma'asiyah means what? Isyan, disobedience. You said harming your body is haram, right? Someone comes and says, I want to harm me. Many people listen. I'm going to harm my body. Is my body? I'm going to harm myself. Why you call it haram and ma'asiyah and dhanb? And then you said, no, you should not do it. I thought it's for me, because of me. What is it here? When you see Allah so passionately makes it mandatory for us to benefit ourselves and to keep ourselves away from harming ourselves spiritually, socially, psychologically, physically, all aspects. Because it is harm. You cannot hurt yourself. Forget about others for sure, but you yourself, you cannot harm yourself. What is it here? I'm delaying it, so I want to see if you can get the points. I want you to think about it. Remember, we love our audience to be active, not passive. I want you to start thinking about it. If we were in a center ICZ together, we would have the discussion, and I would have asked you, what do you think about it, right? I'm going to ask you right now as well. What do you think about it? I'm going to give you some time to think about it. It's a valid discussion. It's a valid point, right? Why? It's myself. That you're so passionate about my benefit, Ya Allah. I don't, if you want to put it for the sake of the discussion, I don't get it. Why you're so passionate about my benefit? I'm going to give you a hint. And the first answer, actually. Number one. You're not the sahib of yourself. You're not the owner of yourself. No. We trusted you, losses. We trusted you, and we gave you this soul and this body. It's not yours. If it's yours, you should be able to take it and keep it forever. No. If this hand is for you, no one can cut it and take it away. No, it's possible. One knife can take it away. You're not the real owner of this. You're my what? What Allah says you're my slave. You're my servant. You're my abd. You have nothing from yourself. It's all from myself. It all belongs to me. That's one side. Second, let me give some examples. If your son doesn't eat one day, half a day, my younger friends, if your siblings, if your friends, they're sad, something happened, they're depressed, they stop eating, what do you do? Passionately, mom goes and says, come on, no, you have to eat. I don't care. No, stop whatever you're doing. You have to come and eat. Mom, it's my body, my stomach, and I don't care what you're saying. I don't care even if it's yours or not. The level of passion and love of the mother and father would force them to come. No, you have to do it. No, if you don't come in tomorrow, I'm not going to take you there. You have to come in. Whatever tools, whatever power they have, they use in order to encourage or even force their child to do something. Why? Is it out of what? Isn't it all just love and passion? Because I love you so much, otherwise I don't care. If a mother sees that the baby is going out in the street and the car is coming, the mother doesn't think about it. Let me think about it. If I go, so the car might come and she doesn't think about it. She jumps and she runs towards, the baby. Even the car is coming, the truck is coming to save the baby, right? What is it? Isn't it only just love and passion and the level of muhabbat of the mother towards her son or her daughter? And doesn't matter. The child says, no, it's my body, my life, whatever you want to say. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever he's saying is based on the shiddah and the level of the muhabbah and love that he has for his ibad and for his servants. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let me put it this way. If you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you a prescription, God forbidden, for a very, very serious disease, and you don't act upon it, next time you don't go to the doctor's office and says, doctor, please forgive me. Ya Allah, please forgive me. I made a mistake. You don't say this to the doctor. You might go and say, no, I didn't take it, but you don't apologize. Ya, please forgive me, doctor. No, you don't say it. And the doctor would not say anything to you, right? Even if you say, doctor would say, well, it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do. I gave you the medicine, it's up to you. And ahsantum, ahsantum, la anfusikum. When asa'atum falah. If you do good, you do good to yourself. If you do bad, you do bad to yourself. The doctors might say that, right? They don't force you to benefit yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here, he sets some rules and responsibilities, and he says, if you don't act upon them, which doesn't benefit me, benefit you, if you do not act upon them, actually I'm going to count them as sins or crime. He brought himself in the middle of your life. He is that doctor. He's that doctor. He comes home with you to make sure you are taking your medicine. Subhanallah. Which doctor would do that? أنتم كالمرضى ورب العالمين كالطبيب. You are like Maris, you're like patients, sick people. And Rabbul Alameen is like what? Tabib, like physician, that physician. We have this phrase, this hadith about it, right? But that tabib, that doctor that comes home with you says, you have to take your medicine because you're going to hurt yourself. The doctor doesn't come home because I don't care. It's up to you, whatever you want to do, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He put Himself in the middle of our relationship with Him. He comes in the middle of our life and says, no, you have to. I created you and I want you to benefit yourself. Ya Allah, He sometimes comes and says, you love me? Ya Allah, you created me, you gave me everything. Of course I love you. And He says, for the sake of me, don't do that. Ayat of Quran, go read. Recite Ayat of Quran. What does He say? He says, because of me, don't do it. إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني. If you love Allah, then come on, follow me. He brings His love, His passion. Come on. You start your Surah Quran with Bismillah. I keep saying I'm Rahman ar-Rahim. I keep saying Katab ala nafsi ar-Rahma. I made it mandatory and wajib for myself, Rahmat and mercy. What else do you want me to say that I love you, Ibad? I love you, servant. I love you, my servant, specifically you. I shouldn't say that. Inshallah, we will talk more about this love of Allah towards passion. I'm building this introduction for Night of Qadr as well, inshallah, coming soon. Now look, it says, Ya Allah, going back to the beginning of the speech. Ya Allah, I know, all these rules that you're setting are beneficial for myself and to myself. I know that. You're saying get away from this is haram, alcohol, so on forth, haram things and haram. I know they're harmful to me. I know those things you say do them are either social, psychological, physical, somehow are beautiful, beneficial for me. I know these things. Even if you don't tell me, I have to look for them because they are beneficial for me and to me. Even if you don't make them mandatory, I have to do it. But when you make it mandatory, I know it's because of the level of muhabbah and love that you have towards me. I know about the benefits of fasting, Ya Allah. I know that it would help me to flush out all the toxicants. And 1 month out of 12 months, 1 month would help me to be healthier because of fasting, and doctors are saying. But this is beautiful for me, Allah, that I see you made hell and heaven for my benefit or for my sake. You made it what? No, you have to benefit yourself. I cannot let you do this to yourself. You made it wajib for yourself. You made it mandatory for yourself. So it's not strange that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala set these rules and regulations, ahkam of Islam or ahkam of you have to follow. Of course, He's God, He's the Rabb. If He doesn't guide us, it's strange, right? Imagine if you advise your daughter, your son to do something good, it's not strange, you have to do it. If you put some rules at home, you have to do it, right? But here's the point. If the doctor comes home and makes it wajib that you need to take that medicine, you need to get away from these foods that are not good for you, that's a strange. Like a mother. Exactly like a mother. What does a mother do? The mother comes and says, if you don't eat your food, I don't take you to the park today. And she threatens as well. She threatens. If you don't do it, you're not going to get that. Don't do it. Your father is coming and you will see what happens. Threatening, the mother threatening you to benefit yourself, Ya Allah. If you don't do your homework, I'm going to tell your father, I'm going to do this. By the way, we'll talk about it, is that a good threat or not? But if you don't do it, I'm going to do something that threatening you. This is me, I'm going to be illiterate. I don't want to study. You have to study. It's my responsibility. I'm your father. I'm your mother. I need to guide you towards the right path. Even if you don't want it, I'm going to push you to be in that. Or I'm going to reinforce you. Or I'm going to positively help you. Somehow, whatever. Or I threaten you. You need to do good. How come you do it? You do it for your son, for your daughter, but you don't expect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do it for you? But you don't own your kids. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala owns all of us. We all belong to Allah. That's where we all go. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. We go back to Him. He made it mandatory. He's sometimes threatening in Quran. No, you have to do it. Each ayah of Quran, each page of Quran you go, there's some threats. Something about heaven or hell. So it's not a strange that we have ahkam of Islam. We have to have rules and regulations. It's amazing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He put Himself so much in the middle. He spent a lot from Himself that He says, no, you need to do it, you need to do that. Your happiness, I want that. I don't want to see you sad. Hey, don't do that. If you get away from ibadah, you're going to be depressed, you're going to have anxiety, you're going to have issues in life, so forth. That makes me upset. You shouldn't do that to yourself. Imagine the love of mother compared to the love of Muslim. It's not even a comparison. Not a good comparison. Allah says, no, I want you to do the passion that a mother has that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave her. We're going to walk a lot. We're going to talk a lot about this. I want you to start thinking about this topic. I want you to start being active. If you have questions, please send it to us or answer it, inshallah. But overall, we have to learn to be active in the path of ibadah. We have to review. We have to make ibadah. We have to make worship. We have to make fasting. We have to make them exciting by looking and studying all aspects of it, by getting more ma'rifah from it, by looking at all around it, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, we have the tawfiq again to be in this Ramadan all together. May Allah inshallah bless you all. The beauty of this live streaming and then lectures online for all of you, alhamdulillah. You see us and you tolerate us. The point from me is that I can't see you. I miss you all. I wish I could see you guys as well. But I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep all of you, your families, your extended family under His protection, safe and healthy, inshallah, physically, spiritually, with iman, the best of iman, inshallah. And I ask Allah to give us tawfiq for the rest of this holy month to be the best month of Ramadan of our lives so far, inshallah. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعجل فرجهم اللهم عجل لنا الفرج والعافية والناس ومد في يومه الشريف وزين الأرض بطول بقائه واجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره وشيعته يا رحمن يا رحيم ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. We ask you, Ya Allah. Close to the time of Azan, the best time for requests, for hajat, for dua. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, بحق Hussein, for the sake of all Anbiya and Awliya, for the sake of this moment close to Azan and Maghrib, we're all fasting. Allah, hasten in the dhuhr of our beloved Imam Mahdi. Let us be with our Imam. Let us see our Imam. Let us serve our Imam in dunya and be with them in akhirah. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, help our youth, make them successful in dunya wal akhirah. Remove obstacles towards their marriage. Those who have hajat and requests, specifically and especially my dear brothers and sisters, my community, Ya Allah, give them the best of khair and hajat they have. Those who are in the difficulties and problems all around the world, provide opportunities for their freedom. Ya Allah, those who are fighting with this current situation, our doctors, our nurses, officials, Ya Allah, keep them healthy and inshallah save those who are sick, heal them, and those who passed away. Send the thawab and rewards out of our gathering to the soul, inshallah. We'll continue this topic, inshallah, in the next few nights, inshallah, together. Rahimallah man yaqra al-Fatihata ma as-salam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Maulana, for an informative speech. Again, it's just a reminder. We have a Holy Quran quiz online for families this coming Friday, May 15th at 9 p.m. Please register. It's one registration per family. There are 3 prizes for top 3 winners. And this concludes our program for today. Thank you.